All right, you guys, we'll be right back after our intro. Hey, I am Dr. Sherry, you guys. And whoa, it was kind of crazy trying to get on this morning. I don't know what is going on. All right, listen, we have a lot to discuss, a lot to discuss. So go ahead and get your coffee, your drink, whatever you're going to be needing today because it's a lot. All right. I told you guys that a lot of shifting and changing and starting and stopping was going to take place the closer and closer we get to our new norm. Okay. And we're here. We're here. So let me see where everybody is saying. Laughing at Dr. Sherry, I just so in love with your best friend. Oh, Yogi. Yes, that's my baby. That's my sweetie pie. But I'm only 31. And she's married. Okay. Hey, Dr. Sherry, how you doing? Girl, I am. Hey, Antoinette. First of all, let me greet you. I am kind of exhausted. It was a lot this week. I was traveling this week, so it was a lot going on, and then still trying to study and catch up because every day there's something new happening, and I have to stay up to date. But I'm doing well. As y'all can see, I got a little boo boo on my head. Yes, trying to get my hair together for something I needed to do, and the curling iron touched it. As soon as it touched it, I said, "Uh-oh, my daughter is going to kill me." If y'all don't know, my daughter does my hair, and when it touched, I said, "That is going to leave a mark." And it did, but that's okay. You know, with those little curling iron burns, they go away after about a week. But anyway, besides that, trying to stay up to date, I'm doing well. I'm doing well. Okay. Hey, Harrison, how are you? All right, you guys, let's get started. I hope that you have a pen and paper near you, okay? Because I need you to probably take some notes today. In addition to that, go ahead and give us a thumbs up. If you'll give us a thumbs up, it'll kind of push it out a little bit more to let people know that we are live. So that really, really helps. You have no idea how it helps. So if we got about 8 right now that's joining our live. If all 8 of you would just take just a half a second, go to the thumbs up. You see, because when you just did that, now 10 people are joining us. So if all 10 of you will go and just give a thumbs up, it helps to push this out. I really like people to see this while we're live, because if you have any questions to ask pertaining to our live, I can answer them at that time. All right. So what's going on in the world? So let's get you started on what's going on. First of all, if you are in the school already, these court cases that I'm going to be talking about are located in our library. All right. So you don't have to scramble for. If you're not in our school, you might need to take notes. So right now we know that there is a major shift that's going on. It's like you can feel the battle, okay, of those that are status corrected with those that are not. All right, you can feel the battle if you are abreast to what's happening. Hey, Sarah, I just got a curl on mine too. I know. Oh my goodness, but that's okay. That's okay. It's going to go away soon with that vitamin E. So the first court case that I want to bring to your attention is Twining, Twining versus New Jersey. Okay, this court case was from 1908. Okay, 211 United States 78. So when you get to Twining versus New Jersey, and I'm going to always look down at my notes because I'm going to make sure I'm citing everything correctly. You want to go to the bridge that's between page 98 and 98 and 99. All right. So in between those bridges, it distinctly says that United States citizens are not related to the Bill of Rights. All right. You have to understand that they are not parties in anything regarding the Bill of Rights. So what does that mean? That means that United States citizens are not we the people. Okay. This distinctly says this in that court case. You have to understand that this is so important. Okay. This is so important. Okay. No, it's Twining versus New Jersey. It's a 1908 case. Okay. And you're going to look for 211 U.S.78. And you're going to go between pages 98 and 99. If you're in the school, it's already in the library. So you just need to just go there. If you're not in the school, just Google it. All right. But if you'll look between pages, the bridge between 98 and 99, it distinctly says that United States citizens are not we the people. The only ones that are we the people are those that are status corrected. This is why I've been stressing you guys for so long. I've been stressing for so long for everybody to get the paperwork done, get it finished. And we're going to talk about that in a second because we're really in a very, very crucial part right now. Okay, we're in a crucial part. I can't even state. I'm going to state it later on. Whoa, what? Not we the people. I know most people don't. You're right. They don't know that. And that's why I want to talk about it on this platform. Now, let me just also preface this. Some stuff I am not going to talk about on this platform. Let's be very, very clear with that. Okay. Some of this stuff I'm only going to talk about in the school because I already know how this works. Now, it's not as bad as it used to be, but I cannot take any chances with my channel being shut down. I love my channel. Okay. I love my channel. So do believe I'm going to drop some nuggets out here, but some nuggets will not be dropped out here, only where the school is. Okay. Laugh or not, I know you don't want to say that date too much. Yeah, exactly. So you already know. All right. So it distinctly says that the United States citizens, which we know are property, okay, but they have no rights. They have privileges. Okay, and we talk about this when we do our orientation, which is now every fourth Friday of the month only. Okay, only fourth Friday of the month only. So they have privileges. Privileges are different than rights. So what do I always say? You have to know who you are. You have to know who you are. When you don't know who you are, then you don't know what category you fall into, which means now you don't understand what you can and what you cannot do. You have no clue about that. All right. So it's important that you understand who you are first, and then understand once you have that depthness of who you are, what you can and cannot do. So some people are moving like they are under the umbrella of all rights and all privileges and your property. And people now, they get upset when you say this to them, but it's the truth. Okay. Thank you. So she said, we love your channel too. All right. So another one I want to bring to your attention. Again, if you're in the school, it's already in the, and even in the school, this case I'm about to talk about now, go to both of those because one of them, it breaks it down even more. Okay. The next one is Cruden versus Neal, which is 1796. With this one right here, Cruden versus Neal, 1796, this court case states that as a United States citizen, let me make sure I say this right. As a status corrected, okay, as a part of we the people, we have to give permission about any laws that we say that we're going to abide to. Because remember, there are only two laws, okay? One is we have to have the law to protect the people and to protect the people's property. So I'm talking about all of those statutes and codes that they're talking about. All right. What this specifically says is that we have to give our consent to contract. So that means they have to ask our permission to what we want to contract to. And that one specifically says that. All right. So make sure that you understand. But in there, I go a step further because it talks about how this relates to us as the status corrected and how it relates to the straw man. Hey, Shiloh. All right, so make sure. So I wanted to start with that. All right, so let me X that off my paper because that kind of prefaces us to the information that we're going to talk about today. And remember, if you're just coming in, please give us a thumbs up because it helps push this out a little further. All right, let me see what you guys are saying. Make sure I'm caught up on the comments. People don't understand legalese, so it's hard for people to grasp they are property. Yeah, and that's why what do we have to do? We have to keep educating. We have to keep educating over and over and over and over again. All right, so let me look at my paper because I kind of jumped all around when I was thinking about information I wanted to share with you. So let me kind of transition to everything appropriately. And we're going to talk about the update on the bank as well. Okay, I got a huge update on that. So just give me a second. All right, so let's go into okay, let me talk about this for a minute since we kind of talked about the court cases. Let's talk about this difference between having the full armor paperwork, being status corrected versus being a United States citizen. When you are status corrected, if you're being status corrected through our school, okay, that means through New Status, New Life, we are giving, we do the full armor paperwork. Now, let me make sure everybody has an understanding of what that is. You cannot have the full armor if you are still operating in the de facto. Okay, let me be very clear with that. Make sure y'all have a thorough understanding of that, because you can't hold on to licenses, okay, and consider yourself having the full armor paperwork. It doesn't happen like that. For those that are coming in, please give us a thumbs up because that helps push it out a little further. And this is a very important discussion we're having today. So please, if you're coming in new, if you'll just take a half a second and hit that thumbs up, okay, on your screen, hit that thumbs up and it pushes it out. All right, so now, understanding that with that paperwork that we're doing, if you're in our school, we're doing the 928 paperwork for everybody, but I need for you all to understand that if you are still operating in the de facto in any kind of matter, as far as having, let's just say, real estate license, any type of operation, still working as in the federal government, what have you, so on and so forth. Understand when you're in that capacity, you are under their jurisdiction. In order to break free of all of this, you have to surrender LLCs, you have to surrender licenses, you have to completely come out of the system. That's why I did it. And that's why it's important for you to understand that, okay? Again, we do the paperwork for when y'all give the thumbs up. Yeah, you give it on the screen. So if it looks like that, that's fine. But if you'll go up underneath the if you'll go up underneath, I don't know if it's showing on the screen or if it's also showing there. Just make sure you're hitting the one up underneath the thing, but it might be showing in both. I'm not sure. I paid for my paperwork this morning. Thank you. Now make sure that we have your email address. So you can send it to New Status in the school, or either to info@newstatusnewlife.com, because they have to send you the intake form. Okay. All right. Thank you for the thumbs up. Thank you. I don't know if it hit the thumbs up. Yes. Thank you, Cash. Okay. Adjusters, like any license. Okay. Because remember, that's why I wanted to start with those court cases, because starting with those court cases lets you know there is a distinction between having rights and having privileges. So if you have a license, you're in the category of asking Massa, okay, can I do this? When you're status corrected with the full armor, I'm not asking anybody anything. I am moving about my life with no permission because I don't need it. So that's why I'm saying you need to understand who you are. Okay. Is everybody getting this now? Okay. Now give me a thumbs up if you're understanding, because I got to make sure y'all, even on the outside, are understanding there is a distinction. Okay, so if you're getting that, just truly give me a thumbs up on the screen so I know, or just put guided so I can kind of see that y'all are in that space of where I need you to be before I can move on. All right, I see them coming in. Okay, thank you. Good job. Okay, so now understand that if you are a U.S. citizen, understand if your paperwork has not been completed, understand you are a foreigner. Okay, they try to make it so that those that are status corrected are foreigners. We are not foreigners. We are on our land. We are on the land that we were born. Okay, we are where we need to be. We understand who we are. if you are a U.S. citizen, you are a British territorial citizen. You are ruled by the British. It's just that simple. And you have to understand who you are. Okay? So, understanding who your ruler is, understanding how this is working. Okay? That's why it's so important to get the paperwork corrected, but even in getting the paperwork corrected, understanding if it's actually in activation with your life. Because if you still have all of these licenses and you're still operating in the de facto, it's not going to work because you've been pulled back into their jurisdiction. So it's important that everybody understands that. But what is happening is that at our school, we're doing 928s for everybody. Everybody. Okay, we're doing the 928 paperwork for even the common carry. We do it all. Okay. All right. That's right. You're a natural woman. We are natural women, natural men. All right. So I want to make sure that was clear. Okay. So let me X that off. Now, this takes me to my next point of where we're having issues. For those that are notaries or those that are in that process of getting your paperwork notarized, and let me just say, if you have had your paperwork and you're just now getting to the point of getting it notarized, give me your hand so I can smack it, because I told everybody to get this stuff done. I told y'all months ago, get it done. Now, I understand, and this, I've been hearing it quite often now. I've been hearing this maybe for about the last 3 weeks, that the notaries receive some type of memo that they are not supposed to notarize any paperwork regarding land and soil. And I understand that some states have actually done some type of statute and code stating that they can't. You see how they can just throw in the statutes and codes when they want to? You see how they can just at a whim, here it is. Okay, we implemented another one. Just doing what they want to do. If this has happened to you, understand you can get your paperwork notarized by anybody in any state. Okay? It doesn't have to be the state where you're domiciling. So find someone. Okay? Find someone. Now, I didn't have time in this live to do it, but it is out there. It might be in our school somewhere. I just don't know where. But with some documents, you can use witnesses instead of a notary. Okay. And I'm trying to figure out where that is. It's in the school somewhere. There is a court case that states that. Okay. That you can actually be with your signature without anything being notarized and with a couple witnesses. I just can't remember where it is. Research that, Google it. You guys might find it if push comes to shove. But I think at this point, some states don't have any statutes and codes regarding that. So now you're going to have to do your research and get it done. All right. But trust me, you can feel the pushback now. You can feel the pushback and how they're operating, because it's time for, let me look and make sure there's anything else I need to talk about. Okay, I can move to the next part. So it's time for the actual pushback to occur, and it is occurring now, and you can possibly feel it. You can feel it happening. Now, if you're in the school, I also put a video where you can see that the same script, the same message is going out. So you can see that even on all the news stations, what have you, they literally are reading from the same script. And what they did was they took news rooms from around the nation, and they literally are saying the same thing. So what does that mean? The same message goes out. Okay, they're on one accord when it comes to the messages that go out over the media. All right. So you have to understand what messages for you and what messages are for the U.S. citizens. Okay. That's why I say all the time, know who you are, because a lot of that stuff that is being discussed over the media doesn't even pertain to status corrected. It pertains to their U.S. citizens. All right. So that takes me to, let's talk about the bankruptcy now. We know that the U.S. is in bankruptcy. Okay. This is not a secret. They want it to be a secret, but it's not. So if you are paying attention, if you're coming into the room, give us a thumbs up for me, please. But if you are paying attention, you see that federal government jobs are being ended. Okay. You see a lot of information, whereas those that had credit cards, different budgets, so on and so forth, are being revoked now. Okay, I just saw something with one department, whatever they were able to use credit cards for spending, that was shut off. This is happening over and over and over again. Now you just got to pay attention because, again, they don't hide it from us, because the U.S. is in bankruptcy. They're not saying that part, and I guess because they don't want to frighten the U.S. citizens. I don't know. But if they would just come out and explain why they are doing that, it would be easy for everyone. So it's been in bankruptcy, and I wrote this down because I wanted to make sure we understood kind of the history of this bankruptcy and from this bankruptcy. So it started in 2015, and it started just with a couple sentences. It wasn't a big, hoorah about it. They just briefly put a couple sentences, and a couple sentences was done by Pope Francis. All right. And this was in 2015, declaring that the U.S. was going to be entering a Chapter 7 bankruptcy. Now, let's fast forward to Barack Obama's administration. Okay, and we fast forward to Barry's administration, we can clearly see that he spoke in numerous spaces, in numerous speeches about the bankruptcy. Okay, and let me just I started to run this off, but let me see, let me go to another screen right quick and see if I can read one of the quotes. Okay. Let me see. February 24th, 2009, he addressed the joint session of Congress, and he acknowledged that the economic crisis following the 2008 financial collapse, saying, "We will rebuild, we will recover, and the United States of America will emerge stronger than before." Okay, so what I'm trying to tell you is that it's not an explicit stating of it, but that's just one of many where he actually talked about emerging, coming from a deficit, wanting the outer nations to trust the United States again, and also being able to cover all of their debts. Well, where are their debts? That's us. They owe us the money. Okay, so we got to make sure that we are explicitly saying, understanding this bankruptcy. Okay, so I talked about that. All right, so now let me go to the next part. So that was in 2014. Now, to actually find specific information regarding the U.S. bankruptcy, you would have to go to the Geneva Conventions. Now, when you get information on the Geneva Conventions, also might be called the G5 summits, what have you, that's where they're explicitly talking about the U.S. bankruptcies. That's where you can specifically find the information on the bankruptcies. So I wanted to make sure I brought that to you guys, because sometimes we have a problem kind of linking up the information. So this is now going to give you a direct lineage of information and how we got to where we are today. Now, let me also state this. Do know that even before all of this has begun, all of this, came into fruition, starting with, let's just say around the 1800s. We do know before that time, there was another lineage of history where we talk about the Moorish civilization. Not going to go into that right now, but for those that are melanated, it's important that you understand there's a whole nother leg to this. Okay, so when you can even link that up, it just makes your case a lot stronger. All right, now, let me see. All right, now I wanted to throw this out. We were actually advised to look at a video called Puerto Rico is Dying. Puerto Rico is dying. I haven't had the chance to watch it yet, but this is the current state of Puerto Rico. Why is this so important? Because we know Puerto Rico is one of the U.S. territories, right? This is important because it's going to kind of mirror what the U.S. citizens are experiencing. So if you have time, go to YouTube, look up Puerto Rico is Dying, and that's going to kind of give you a mirror of what actually happened to that territory, but it wasn't able to be as impactful to the American territory because we know of the power that we have, and a lot of us now are knowing who we are. But I want you to look at that because it kind of gives a roadmap. Okay, I watched just the hair of the front part. It was so good, and I was traveling, so I didn't get a chance to kind of dive into it all the way. But that's for you. Okay, that's going to help you. All right, so we talked about that. Now let's talk about. Okay, yep, y'all know what I'm talking about, right? Okay, the cha-ching. Let's talk about that now. So remember that you all, if your status corrected, you need to make sure you have opened up an account at Global Bank 528. So y'all, you can just literally just Google Global Bank 528. Now, some people are asking questions about the vault. We're going to talk about the vault in just a second, but let me talk about for those that have received the deposits. Now, for those that are new and you may be hearing this for the first time, if you are status corrected, all those that have been declared receive monthly deposits of $5,000 American Federation dollar. The American Federation dollar is not a secret anymore. You can Google it. It has been nicknamed the Prosperity dollar. I believe they've nicknamed it. Okay. Or they've nicknamed it the Financial Freedom dollar, the Financial Freedom dollar. Okay. So what the American Federation dollar is actually the true currency of America. Now, in order to understand that, you must understand there is a difference between U.S. of America Inc., United States of America Inc., and America. U.S. America Inc. is a de facto organization. It's a corporation. America is the actual land. It's the actual, when you go outside your door and you're standing, it's the actual land. So when we talk about the difference between a de facto and the de jure, look at it like this. And somebody said this, and I can't remember who said it, but kudos to whoever actually brought this out. And I put it in our group as the aha moment, because it was an aha moment. Look at it as if you have a map, right, of all 50 states. Now, that map, okay, of all 50 states. So if you think about that actually being the land, the map, just the map, is just the corporations, just the words, okay, of all of the states. But when we actually walk out on the land, that is our territory. So that's the difference. There's corporations that sit on top of our land. Okay, so that's understanding who you are. We're not in the corporation, we're on the land. Okay, we have all of the land. And so what we're doing now, we're moving into a space now of recapturing who we are and what we have given on loan and asking for it back. Okay, that's why all of our debts have been paid. That's why everything has already been taken care of, because it was taken care of many years ago, because the corporations took our money to do what they wanted to do with it. And now we're declaring, give my money back. Give my stuff back. Okay. All right. So now where are we right now? So let's just talk about, for those that don't know, maybe joining for the first time, one American Federation dollar is backed by gold. Well, all of them are backed. AFD is backed by gold. Okay. So when we look at the ounce of gold, can somebody look that up for me right quick and put it in the comments? Look up and see how much an ounce of gold is today, because we know the currency changes. Okay. So one AFD is equal to an ounce of gold. So if we were to convert that into the United States dollar fiat, which we know is Federal Reserve notes, okay, but if you convert it into the US dollar, okay, 1/10 of whatever 1 ounce of gold is, 1/10 of that, that's how much, that's what the conversion is. So can somebody look that? Is somebody looking that up for me? Let me see if I can put it in. I thought somebody would have had it in there, but now. Okay, let's see what 1 ounce of gold is. Let's see. Ounce of gold price. Oh, there you go. I got it. Oh, thank you, Gerald. Okay, so let me put Gerald's thing up. Thank you. Okay, and thank you, George. Okay, so this is what Gerald has, $2,985.38. So, and George kind of rounded that off for us. So that means that one American Federation is going to be equal to $298 and what Gerald have? $298.54. Okay. $298.54. That's what the conversion is. All right. So as you can see, if we're getting 5,000, somebody do this math. If we're getting $5,000 a month in AFD, and Gerald was $2,985.38. So now what I want you to do is multiply 5,000 times $298.54. Somebody put that conversion in. $298.54, because one American Federation dollar is going to be equal to 1/10 of the ounce of gold in United States dollar fiat. Okay, so multiply 5,000 that we get per month times $298.54. Somebody put that number in, because I need people to see this so they can have an understanding. Whew, I'm going over my time today, aren't I? All right, let's see what you all got. All right, so that's the conversion per month in fiat. And I know some people are looking at this and saying, oh my goodness. And remember, I told you guys, if you've been in a school, I've been telling you, God knows I have been screaming this from the rooftop. I know since about maybe when I was teaching people individually, I've been really screaming this stuff for the last 2 years, to be honest with you. But when I decided to bring it together in the school, I've been screaming this since day one, that this day was going to come and to get your house in order. I have been screaming. For those that have been in the school, have I not been screaming this? Okay. Gerald said, same as this. So I'm going to keep thank you, Gerald, but I'm going to keep George's up there because I want you all to see that when with those that had the paperwork in order and you got your stuff in there, these deposits just started happening. So now if you go to the Saxon Exchange, you will see that the AFD is already there. It's on the exchange. It is on the exchange as we speak. Okay. Yes, you definitely said it. I have been screaming it. And so now that takes me to this point right here. You guys, as of tonight, 11:59 p.m., the school goes up. And I'm not taking the school up to get more money. That's not why I'm doing it. I'm not doing it because of money. I'm doing it because at this point, I got to concentrate on people that's in the school. And believe it or not, we have people that are actually dropping out of the school. And I am not sad about it. I don't care. I really don't, because it's less people that we have to deal with. Okay, because when this conversion happens, I already know, and I've been saying this since day one. Day one. Things are going to explode. They're already exploding in our school with situations that's happening with people trying to get their global bank accounts. We're trying to get our people situated. People trying to get their paperwork done now. I'm trying to get the people that have been in this school, that have already sacrificed learning and understanding this. I'm trying to get them to the next level. So I'm telling you, and I am not kidding, 11:59 p.m. tonight, it goes to 47. It goes to 47, so we can kind of water that down some, okay? So, yes, I have been screaming it because now it's time for us to focus on those who have actually sacrificed the time of learning and understanding. So now, where is the global bank? So now you understand. Let me put George's back up again. Let me see. Where's George's? Okay. Let me see. $1,492,000. $1,492,000. $1,492,500. I was a previous math teacher. Shame on me. Okay, $1,492,500 is the amount converted to fiat. Now, what does this mean? You don't have to convert it to United States fiat. You can convert it to anything. Now, what is the beauty of being able to convert it to any dollar? Okay. Because what's happening is that you're able to decide what currency you want to pay for. So you might have a car over in Dubai you want to be able to get. Well, you'll be able to pay for it. And I forgot, what does Dubai call their money? I can't remember. Oh, and I was just there too. I can't remember what they call their currency. But whatever it is, you'll be able to convert it to that dollar and get it. Now, I literally just experienced this week as far as the conversion. And I might have seen it before and just didn't recognize. Remember I told you, because the blinders have to come off. from the sea. Is it a factor in amen? Okay, is the price increase for new people or old? No, just new. No, I'm not going to do that too. No. If you've been in there, you stay right where you are. You're fine. It's the new people only. Yeah, I wouldn't do that. Dinar, that's right. That's it. Thank you, George. That's right. Dinar. Okay, that's what it is. Okay. All right. Is that no. Just new students. Just new students. I would not, y'all know. Now y'all know I don't operate like that. Y'all should already know me by now. For those that have been in the school, you know darn well I don't operate like that. I would never do that. Okay, I'm talking about for new people coming in. If you've been there, you're good. Okay, just keep trucking. Okay. All right. So now let's talk about this conversion. So let me tell you what happened to me this week. I was traveling this week. Did a lot of traveling this week, and one of the hotels I was in. No. I'm sorry. I was traveling this week, but I was actually booking a hotel for another travel that I have to do coming up shortly. So I noticed when I was trying to book this hotel that they gave me a drop down of currencies I could use. I had never seen that before, and it may have been there. It may have been there. I just never have seen that before, ever. I was so shocked. So you know me, I'm looking down there. I'm saying, "Oh, is AFD down there?" And it wasn't in the drop down, but they did have a space for other, and that blew my mind because Justice Anna said that would begin to happen, and I'm wondering had it already been there and I just didn't notice it, or are they now understanding that there is a variety of currency exchanges that's going to begin to happen here shortly? So that is something I witnessed myself. So now let's talk about where they are as far as the beta test. You guys, they have already completed 2 beta tests on the AFD. Okay. So now it would be 2 weeks ago, they did the asset to fiat. So that means, remember, our gold being back, our AFD being backed by gold is considered an asset. Okay, it's not considered currency. Well, it's currency, but it's considered a currency that's backed by actual gold, which is considered an asset. Okay, now, so they did a beta test where they converted the asset, which would be our monthly deposits, converted into fiat. Okay, so fiat currency. Remember now, the USD is the same as the yen, is the same as the dinar. It's a de facto currency that they use. That's why with the Federal Reserve note, that's why you really can't sue anybody on it, because they're fictitious. They're not real. And so that's why when they come after us for Federal Reserve notes, the first thing you should be asking them, well, what do you want me to pay in? Because we don't have a currency. That should be your first response to some of these. But what do you want me to pay in? Because you all took our currency, our lawful money of gold and silver, and they won't be able to answer that. So again, knowing the dialogue with some of these corporations, and these corporations, they're slowly but surely, they're just unraveling at the seams. So they did the first test from asset to fiat, and then this week right here, this week that we're in right here, no, was it this week? I think it was last week. Yeah, going back 3 weeks now. So last week they did the beta test from fiat to asset. All right. So that brings me into the vault and understanding the vault. Okay. So they did both beta tests. Both went off like a hitch. So that has been approved. It's now to the next level of turning it on for us. Now let's talk about that. Then I'm going to talk about their vault that you can actually get into if your status corrected. I went into my account this morning just to make sure I was looking at everything right, making sure everything that Justice Anna was saying has been done. So if you have a global bank account, okay, you should see at the top, it says account there, ACCOUNT. Now, some people, they have done the paperwork to get an account, and their account is not active yet. If your account is active, it's going to have the words account details, where you're actually going to have an account number with all of your information. It's also important that you put in a beneficiary for this as well. just in case something happens to you. Okay, that is so important. Now, this is the question I have to get answered. I'm going to answer it the way I think it is, but I'm not 100% sure. So I want to do the disclaimer. I am not 100% sure if their beneficiary has to be someone who is status corrected. I'm going to think that they have to be, because it is an American Federation dollar. That's what I'm going to lean to right now, because I can't see a United States citizen being able to utilize AFD, or it would have to be converted. So you need to make sure, just to be in place, and if you're in our school, I'm going to elaborate more on this in our community meetings, because I'm going to kind of find out the answer, and we're going to talk more in detail about that, because I want everybody to be set up right. I want to make sure that your stuff is in order, okay? Thoroughly in order. So I wanted to make sure I say that, because remember, some stuff I can talk about on the outside, some of the stuff we're going to have to discuss. So we'll get more in detail about that in the school. So understanding now that you're looking for the actual word account, details account, okay? And there should be where you can actually make a copy of this. They've actually converted into a spreadsheet for your Excel sheet, where you'll be able to see all of your deposits. You'll see all of that right there. Now, some people that are just getting status corrected, they've done the paperwork for the account is there, but no deposits have been made yet. You can enter the vault. What is the vault? Now, you guys, please don't, this is what's happening too. Y'all are bum rushing me with all of these questions and all of this, and I can't even get to everybody. That's why I'm telling you I'm taking the school up, because I can't. It's just so many questions and stuff now. It's unreal. Even to the emails, the different teams that's over at Land and Soil, people trying to get a Lodio title on their properties, and the status quo. We just got a lot that's popping off right now. So we are trying, but as you can see, my turnaround for answering everybody is quite extensive now than it used to be, because it's just taking time getting to everybody, and still operating in my own life, and still being a mommy, and still being a mima. And still trying to throw in there different little stuff I like to do. Okay, so I'm trying to handle my part. Thank God I got those teams over there, because they are still handling business. It's just that it's a lot more business that we have been cited to handle, and we're handling it. Don't get me wrong. We're still handling, and we're still handling it in our 7-day turnaround time. Thank God. Okay, we're still in there. It's just that as far as them responding to everybody, that has slowed down, because they are actively doing status paperwork, and we're still actually helping people with their allodial title. So it's a lot that's happening. And we brought on our own land consultants as well. Okay, so we're now training them. So that it's a lot going on. So now going back to the vault. If you're not getting the deposits yet, you can actually at this time enter the vault. And what the vault means is that you can take a Federal Reserve note, okay, which we know is worthless. Okay, so you could take one Federal Reserve note, put it into the vault, and they will convert it into an AFD for you. Okay, so you already saw. Let me go back up to what was that? Gerald and George. They did the conversion for us. Let me see. Where did they do the conversion? So we know that one. That's what the gold was. Wait a minute. Let me see. Did somebody come down and do the conversion for me? So that was 298. So 298,000. Let me see if I can put it up there. 298.54. Let's see. What can mine? Let me see. Okay, there you go. All right. So that is, I forgot to put my little banner down there. There you go, you guys. NewStatusNewLife.com. Okay, go there and you'll be able to get all the information you need. And information there to join the school as well. All right, so the 298.54, that is what the conversion would be. So let's just say, now I think, don't quote me on this, but I think somebody just told us that they entered the vault and the minimum they would allow is $528. That's the minimum, okay? Now, they get that from the actual hertz that you need to music, the 528 hertz vibration of music. I understand that's the vibration where you feel where healing can take place in your soul and your spirit, and it's about love. Just listening to that, and that's where they're getting it from, because they call it loveonomics. Okay, and this is so true, and you can research this yourself. Do you all know that's why they went around and cracked all the bells? Because the reason that they cracked the bells, because they used to ring the bells over the communities. Okay, and when they rung the bell over the communities, it was sent out a vibration of healing, of calm to everyone. And listen, that is even right now. I saw this thing not too long ago. I don't have any babies any new babies in our family, but I was just looking at something regarding babies that cry. And in Japan, the mothers actually ring a bell that vibrates to put the babies to sleep. And they actually show video of babies crying and whining, what have you. Mother comes and daddies come and ring the bell, and the baby goes right to sleep just from the vibration of the bell. So that's where they're getting the 528 from. That's right. Love equals 528. There it is. I knew it. Thank you. Thank you, George, for spelling that. Let me put that back up there. Love equals 528. And I think it's also related to the sound. Am I right with that, George? Or I think it's related to the hertz sound. Okay. But let me know. Somebody validate that for me. All right. So that's where that's coming from. So I'm understanding that the minimum you can put in is $528. So if you put in 528 Federal Reserve notes, you get 528 American Federation dollars. And when it gets turned on, the conversion will happen. Okay. Earth's frequency. Okay, there it is. I knew that frequency, all that was in there somewhere. Okay, there it is. Okay, thank you so much for that clarification. All right, so that's how the vault works. Now, you guys, please don't contact us asking where the vault is. Google it, please. Just go in there and Google it. I don't know. Okay, it's in there somewhere. Do you know how many emails I have gotten from Global Bank? Okay, 1,000. A lot of them. And they're long emails too. They are long. When they send an email, it's a long email. Okay. And I don't delete anything. It just takes me about a week to read through them all, because they give you all the information. But go in there, somewhere it's in there. Now you might ask something. They have Global Trust. They got a whole lot of different components. Listen, read it. Okay. Don't ask us questions that you can just take time to read yourself. Thank you so much. God bless y'all. I love you. Okay, let me look at my notes. I think that's all I needed to say. What did that mean? 184 currency available. Oh, okay. I already talked about that. All right, you guys, that's everything on my paper. All right, so now if you are in the school, let's say Leonard Horowitz. My monthly donation is now $5. Oh, there it is then. There it is. So you know he's about to have a nice conversion. a very nice conversion. Okay, as soon as they turn that off on. So I'm understanding at this point, you guys, it's just a matter of turning it on, and it's supposed to be an easy conversion. It's supposed to have instructions there on your platform, okay, on how to do it. It's just like if you were sending somebody money through Zelle, okay, or Cash App. It's supposed to be a similar process like that, where it's not a hard conversion to do. All right. So you'll be able to, take care of your family and do everything that you need to do. That's another reason why I'm not wanting an influx of people, because in the school, those that have been, in there and you really are at a position that you're learning, your paperwork is in position. And if you're still waiting, it should be something that's done within our school that we can begin to help and assist each other for those that are just waiting for your monies to begin. And that's why I want to kind of keep it small. I want to keep it right where it is. I don't mind if you leave the school. Okay. Bye. I really don't mind. Okay. Because we're going to take care of our own. We're going to take care of our own. And that's for sure. All right. Let me see if I have everything. All right, you guys, that's all I have for you today. I love you guys so much. Remember, let me see, this Sunday coming up in New Status, New Life Nation, we have Bill University, where we'll be going over another remedy. Okay, for those that women that we're still in the process now, still trying to, beat these corporations, what have you. And I have some updates with that too. I have some updates where it comes to that. So we'll share that this Sunday in Bill University. On Monday, I'm still waiting for confirmation to see if we're going to have our automobile committee meeting. We do have one in our school that actually was successful in getting an automobile just with an endorsement, a special endorsement. Woo! And he has proof of it not even being listed in a DMV. Okay, he has his department DOT number. I mean, he is literally rocked and roll with this to the point we even understand how we don't have to get the insurances and how that transition even works. So kudos. I'm telling you guys, when we put forth our minds and we learned this information, it has worked. It has worked. And y'all know we got receipts in our school. We got receipts of those literally transitioning out of the de facto into the de jure. Okay, and that's what I love so much about those that have really stuck and stayed, because the payoff is here. Yes, the Bill Universe, the payoff is here. I mean, I'm telling you, we have receipts. And that's why when I hear people, on the outside talking about, that stuff don't work, or they not doing that, I really, sometimes even now, I just, I used to really fight back, really verbally on social media, sometimes we have proof. Then I thought about that. I said, let them believe what they want to believe. I don't even care. What makes me sad, though, is that one person that doesn't believe is really stopping the blessing for their entire family. And that's where I get sad, because it only takes one person to bring forth the negative thoughts, especially even we got receipts. Even some people, they can look at our receipts and say, oh, that ain't true. They can look right at them and say that didn't happen. And you're looking right at it. Okay. When I told you I had one of those luxury apartments, when I was literally in it, and we were literally not paying anything. Okay. Not paying a dime, just sending those endorsed documents back. People didn't believe. They just really did not believe. And I'm like, I don't know how else to prove it to you. We'll be getting prepaid cards with QR cards to use to pay the bills. That's right. George giving y'all all the secrets. George, for those that's in order. For those that's in order. All right, you guys, I love you so, so much. So I'll see you guys if you're in a school on Sunday, and I'll see you on Monday. And I am back that's another thing. I'm back for TikTok Tuesday. I was traveling. Well, you know what? I did it last week, but I was in a different time zone and I got confused. I got confused with my time zone. So I came on a lot later. Most of y'all that was on East Coast, you were probably asleep, but I did come on, but it was just late and I was really, really tired. But I did do it, and I didn't do it the week before because you all remember I was on Jenna and Friends with my best friend from that TikTok that went viral. And that was a wonderful experience. So if you follow me over on TikTok, you'll see some footage from that. And I'm going to start dropping the footage of our experience while we were in New York. That was beautiful. And you can catch that video. Just go to Jenna and Friends and go back to, was that March 7th, I believe, last Friday. That's when they aired it. So I thank you guys so, so much. Let me see if you got any more comments, questions. I think we're good. All right, you guys, until next time, remember to give us a thumbs up. It helps push this out even further, okay? For those that's in the school, I will meet you on the other side. Until next time, bye.